Let's say you just started the game and there's an event going. Right now, there's the collab with Spy Classroom. Collabs are usually in training lives. These lives are a bit of a grind. The daily missions want you to play each room 2 times, but the best option for these rooms is to use each of them with a 5 stamina potion, or stamina drinks. And in the beginning you might not have that. Your first play in any of these rooms will be ×3. After the ×3 boost is up, you'll get a ×2. These boosts don't go away until you play the song. I'm not sure if they'll go away if disconnection. When an event is up, the first thing you want to get is any DJ booth, decoration, front, back, light. They'll have this bit of text before it, like luxurious fireplaces, DJ booths, the chairs, the side, things like that. You want to get those first because they don't come back. Don't worry about leveling up those items because when you start doing more events, you'll start getting more of these, and a lot of these have the exact same effects. So I would recommend only leveling up the ones that you know you're going to have in your decoration, or ones you like, because it's a lot of money to upgrade. And then go for the stamps because they also don't come back, but they could be used on missions. There are some missions on the characters where it says collect some stamps, read some stories. If the event has movie discs in the exchange, get them, but you can hold on to them until after you get the other 2 items I said. After that, get the crystals, because they're used to upgrade stars. After that, you can grind for some of the other things, like the energy drinks, which I would recommend, the experience ticket, skill tickets. Once you got everything that basically has a number, you can get the coins. There will also be events where you can exchange for song crystals, covered items, things like that. But I also found that D4DJ doesn't add that much covers or instrumentals, so once you start stacking those items up, you'll have an abundance of them and no use for them. When you're all done grinding for the day, or just playing for the day, make sure you read the event story. Some events don't have them. If you get a card with the event, it's best to put them in a team and grind their bond up to 500, and you'll get diamonds for that. Every certain number of points after that, you'll just keep recycling. I think it's skill tickets. On the settings in display settings, all the way down, there's an option that says version 1 or version 2 for settings for music selection screen. This one is version 1. It's a little bit like Bandery, and it's pretty easy to sort. Version 2 looks like this, and to me, it's really hard to sort for a specific song. There is a Get Diamonds tab on here, but you could also do that with version 1 by filtering it and sorting it by diamonds are not obtained. Also in the live settings, on the live settings tab, under display settings, you can choose to have a bar line or skill activation line up. This one is not like Bandery, where the skill activation is on a note, it is on a line instead. And to me, with all the notes flying at you, these red and white lines across the screen make me think that there's a dual line, so I have them off. Club effects, under cinematic settings, notice I have club effects off, but club motion on. Club motion is the motion that your characters will do. They'll tilt from side to side, spin, change, chibi. That's what club motion is. Screen shake is when you hit a note, a flip note, it will shake the screen. I find that cool, so I have it on. Club effect is when you have a club that has things moving around it, like mine. If it's on, that will play during your song. I have it off because it eats up my phone a lot. The backspin brightness is the setting that has it so when you hit a note on the DJ disc, it will lower the brightness of the surrounding notes above it. Also under the settings and audio settings, there's an option for slider effects. That makes it so when you move the slider, it will distort the sound. I find it real distracting, so I have it off. On is when you move the slider, it goes. The partial is when you hit the note correctly, it will distort the song, but when you miss it, it will stop it. A little bit like how in the Switch Heart Setting Week game, if you miss a note, they'll stop singing if you have that option. In the Groovy Mix Beginners lessons, there is a spot that says hold down the notes with bars like these until they end. You can just ignore that until they end. You can just keep your finger there for a while and it will count as a perfect. But you just gotta make sure you hit this note right. Oh, the thing with the DJ, with the disc area where it has the hold notes and the footnote, the only notes it will register are bad, perfect, and miss. You won't get any good, you won't get any great, which is good because in some songs there's an array of flick notes, and if you just keep like rubbing the DJ disc, sounds a little weird. But you could get if you get a good rhythm going there, you can at least keep up your combo. While on the subject of flick note, it says flick up or down on the turntable sides. You can flick up and down, but you can also flick right on the left one and left on the right one, which is basically just flick into the screen, which also works. Now, about the sliders, it says move the slider at the bottom along the line. I found that if you go through the settings and change the slider off combined, which will make it so you can use the slider on the tap note there or underneath it. It's a lot easier to handle flick notes that way. Separate is the tap notes for the tap note and the bottom is for the slider, which is, in my opinion, makes it harder to do slider notes or flick notes. For the regular notes, you tap there when the notes hit the area. You can hit there, or you could also hit above or below. I wouldn't recommend too far above if you're going to hit above the line. You could hit below if you accidentally miss a note, but I consider that as some kind of last resort. The tap notes and the slider notes, the lines in between where you're supposed to register the tap, you can also tap the line itself because the hitbox for the notes are slightly bigger than the note. With that, on the slider notes, there are some songs that go back and forth between two adjacent lines. It makes it a little harder to hit the slider notes doing it regularly, but if you position the slider in the line in between both, it will automatically hit both of the lines. There will also be songs where the flick note covers up a tap note, and that might seem scary, like especially when the flick note is real big. You can flick slightly as long as you have enough momentum in your flick to reach it over that line. That sounds hard, but I promise if you practice on songs that have that, you'll get a hang of it and you'll be fine. If it's a little scary, you could try flicking a little diagonally underneath so that your flick note goes a little under the tab and your fingers won't cross. Now, one more thing I've learned about D4DJ that I wish I knew when I got into it is to never pull on the standard gacha because the tickets that you get with your daily missions do the exact same thing as the ticket gacha, but you don't have to waste diamonds. Oh, speaking of tickets, the rate doesn't matter if you use 1 or 10 tickets at a time, so you can use them whenever. And so that's all the tips I have. If I have more, I'll make another video, but I don't think I have enough tips to make its own thing. If there's any other tips that you know, put it in the comments, I guess. I'm still learning new things about this game every day. Like just a few months ago, I learned about the standard gacha when I thought that I would summon just to summon, which is not a good idea. Oh, another thing, relationship cards, or relation cards. Relation cards, which are cards that fit together, like this one, or this one, which is the newest one, I'm pretty sure they get added to the ticket gacha after a few months or so. I've been wanting this dog Veronica because I think that the costume looks cool, but I didn't want to use any diamonds as I'm saving up. So I'm gonna wait until she's available in the ticket gacha and use all my tickets at once.